Dumb Question Amnesty. It is the last day of the month, and every month for years, when we're on the last day or the closest weekday to that last day, we open up the phone lines to you at 713-390-KRBE, and you ask us a question you do not have the answer to, and you've always thought, man, why is that? And then you forget to look it up.
How does this board work?
What is this?
Call it one. Hi, is his name
I'm
Sam?
sure you had issues on Friday too,
That was
Kevin.
actually we finally had a spotless day when
Yeah,
I
it's
was
pretty
driving.
good.
Liar.
For once.
Okay, fine.
So what's on your mind? What don't you have the answer to? 713-390-KRBE. If we don't already know the answer off the top of our heads, we'll look it up and find it for you. It's called the Googlers. Okay. Hi, Megan. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Happy Monday, Megan. What's your question? Thank you.
Okay, this is extra dumb question amnesty because I am a teacher.
Okay.
One of my kids came up to me and she goes, what is the difference when you say something's made of wood or it's wooden? Like, I can say this is a wood table or it's a wooden table. And I straight up didn't know.
Ooh.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I believe, grammatically, it's this table is made of wood, because it's a table that is of wood, and a wooden table is the same thing. It's just the adjective versus the noun. Does that sound right?
So when people say that's a wood table, they're saying that maybe as slang because
Yeah,
it's not.
it should be wooden. Let me double check that with my. Yeah, because it's wooden. It's a wooden.
That takes too much time to say wooden.
See, because here's the thing. If I was going to cook, you know, a lot of times you have those wooden spoons you can cook with.
Yes.
Well, it's a wooden spoon. You wouldn't say, I have a spoon made of wood.
Yeah. I got a wood spoon.
You say, I have a wooden spoon.
Well, let me give you the Googlers.
Okay, go ahead.
When used adjectively to describe something.
Adjectively. That actually is what it says. ADJECTIVALLY.
Learning something today.
Adjectively.
Sure.
Okay.
To describe something made out of the material from a tree, wood, and, quote, wooden, mean the same thing as in wood shutters or wooden shutters. So technically, wooden is an adjective, while wood here is a noun used attributively.
How much wood
Yeah,
can a
which I
woodchuck chuck?
And so
Woodchuck?
it's
A spoon made of wood.
act.
So actually, Megan, they were both correct. You know, it's a wooden table or it's a table made of wood.
However, wooden seems to be the more
Correct.
proper way
yeah.
to say it.
What grade do you teach, Megan?
Fourth grade.
All right, nice. I know it's a tough time there, those fourth graders.
Yeah,
getting all
that's like wrangling
rambunctious.
cats.
Oh, man. Oh, man, girl.
Do you have a thing where they have to sit down? Like,
we salute you.
I think at my kids' school they do like, and then the kids have to clap back or something. They sit. They do some. Do you do something like that?
I got a bunch of those things. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, look at me. 1, 2, 3, look at me. What's your phrase, Megan, for class?
Well, during Christmas, I would do jingle and they bells, jingle bells, and just to be cute.
Yeah, I got it. I got
Anything
you.
to get these kids in line, paying attention.
That's right. Megan, have a great work week. Thank you for listening to our show.
Thank you.
All right, honey, take
How many
care.
more weeks till summer break?
I know, how many more weeks?
Or spring break at least. That's
Summer
what,
break.
6-7 weeks?
Right. We're doing Dumb Question Amnesty at 713-390-KRBE. This is where you call us with a question you just don't have an answer to. And I don't really know sometimes if we can answer them. Because this next
A
question,
listener can help us.
I'm going to bet that in this room, the only person that knows how to answer Amber's question is Special K.
Yep, agreed.
Amber, what is your question for Dumb Question Amnesty? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
I was looking with my husband yesterday at my car, and you know they have the compass computer on your mirror on your screen, and I was like, "How do real compasses work?" And I just never got around to look it up.
There's a little troll inside it.
He's running. Like,
And he knows where his home is.
The Earth has a magnetism towards the North Pole. So these compasses can detect the magnetism of the North Pole. So they
Point north.
so they point north because the point on that north point on the compass is magnetized. So here's one way. Like, are you sure? How's the magnet draw it? Well, if you put a magnet next to a compass, it'll screw it up. So
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I
there
had never
you
tried
have
that.
it. Yes, and when we get these solar flares that come, I'm going to go deep here.
When the aliens come back down,
They'll throw off the magnetism of the Earth, and right now something strange is happening where the North Pole is actually moving. So true north is no longer the true north that was there whenever all of us were born.
What now?
like how much is it
Ancient
moving?
alien said so.
That is not alien. That is actually scientific.
But that's true, Amber. I always knew that it's the compass will always point north. So then look and see where the north is on the compass, and then see where you're standing, and you'll know where you are. But other than that, I don't know like all the other readings. I just know north.
I know that, but I never understand traffic. Like northbound, southbound.
Oh yeah, that's because that's Houstonian.
Northbound is heading towards the north.
right? But I
But
don't
like
know
59,
which direction?
I'm not going north.
know.
I'm going
Eventually,
east-west and
but
stuff.
eventually you will. I know you're going north.
I'm just going to one little section.
but that road is a north-south road.
Hey man, it's taking me
But
20
I'm always
years to
going
drive
east-west.
to figure out what 610 north is versus
And why do we have
610
two names
west.
for everything? Every
know.
city I lived in, Chicago.
I know.
The Dan Ryan. I'm like, what the hell's the Dan Ryan?
Amber, thank you for calling, and maybe
I hope
other
that
people
helped.
didn't know that answer, but now we know. Why
Yes, thank you, Special K.
And why do they have anything but an N on a compass? Why is there not? Why is that just totally blank with just an N? Why doesn't it need everything else? Because if it's going to point to the north, then
Maybe people don't know where
No, you
south
would-
is.
you
you
gotta-
look at where you're standing.
But you need those degrees too.
Yeah,
Those little.
You want to get the proper pizza pie.
Do
Yeah.
you?
So you
I don't
can
know how to
see-
use the degree.
That way,
I
if
know
you're
how to use
walking,
a
you can go
compass.
this angle, and yeah.
I think you need to show us Kevin in real life.
Thank God I've never had to be in a
God.
situation, Sam, where I needed to use a compass.
No.
What did you guys learn
absolutely
for
not.
north, south, east, west? What was your?
There was a neighbor growing up
We?
at my mom's house, my mom and dad's house. To this day, they've sold the house twice over and they've kept it. It's a little rooster thing on top of their house that has
Weather vane?
north,
Whatever?
south, east, west. It's an iron. It's like wrought iron. It's on top of their house and it has a rooster that says north, south, east, west.
That's because it's pointing to where the wind is
Yeah, it's a
coming
weather
out of.
vane.
I didn't know that. I just know that's my brother and my sister were like,
Never
see
eat
that
soggy
thing right
waffles.
there? North, south, east, west, blah, blah, blah. That's, anyway, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Okay, let's go to Lisa. She has a question, I think, about her son. Is that a story? Hi, Lisa. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
What great.
Wonderful.
Happy Monday, Lisa. Welcome to Dumb Question Amnesty. What is your question?
Well, I don't have dumb questions, but I have an 18-year-old that I realize is my fault for his dumb questions.
Didn't have the answers. Okay.
Recently, I went upstairs and I always see his toilet paper sitting on the counter next to the toilet. And I'm like, can you just put that on the toilet paper holder? So he goes over there and stands in front of it. He's like, but how do I do that?
Oh, no. He never learned how to take the roll off? That spring
No.
loaded form?
What?
Oh, my God.
No, he had no clue. And
He
then
just sits it on top of it?
no, he sets it on the counter.
So I guess you never remember in your mothering years of him, you never showed him how to take that spring-loaded little rod
No.
and take it
no.
off, put the
And-
toilet paper and put it back in.
And
That's
then,
funny.
like 2 weeks ago, my husband and I were overnight in New York. So he was home by himself, and he doesn't cook that much. And he said, I made toast. And I said, okay, but I have a question. And I said, what? Do I put the butter on before or after I toast the bread? I was just like, you've got to be kidding me.
Well, you know,
It could go both ways.
You could think about
technically.
garlic bread. You know, you want to butter that up and put your garlic and seasonings on that, and then put it in the oven and let it cook all the way through.
But he's putting it in the toaster.
A toaster.
Toaster.
That goes
That's
on.
actually dry
Dangerous.
toast.
Not a toaster.
Dangerous.
Not a toaster oven like
Oh,
you
You
have.
get dry toast
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
dear.
toaster.
It's going straight up and down.
And so you're thinking, how have I failed as a mother by not teaching
Yes.
him these simple things of life?
Can't they teach it in school?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
funny.
and he's a senior. So I'm just like, oh, my gosh, I need to hurry up.
College
and-
is going to be real rough for him.
They'll be doing laundry at your
Hopefully, yeah,
house.
you got to teach him how to do laundry. You got
Yeah.
to teach him how to fill his gas up in his car. Does he know how to do that?
Uh-huh.
Dental
How to
floss.
cook
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boil pasta. Make sure he knows how to do the basics. Boil pasta.
Brown
You'll
noodles.
live forever if you just boil pasta.
Yep.
Well,
And not just
he
the
says-
microwave. Like
yeah,
an actual
as long
pot.
as he has an air fryer, he's good now. So,
That's all you
Can't
need.
air fry pasta though. Right?
Yeah,
you cannot
that's
air fry
true.
pasta.
I don't.
I mean,
I'm
he's
sure
had some
there's a
other
way.
stupid questions, but those are the only two. But this is in the last 6 months. I'm just realizing, like,
Okay, let me throw this one at you, Lisa. Let me throw this one at you because this is what I'm trying to teach my kids right now. When you have your kitchen counter, the kitchen counter, quote, looks bare, but the kids have just eaten or put their things out. There's always crumbs or like some water ring from a glass or something they can't see. I'm trying to teach my children when they want to like put some paper down for me to sign or do homework. I go, whoa,
Yeah, something.
check the counter and make sure there's nothing on it. Because then you get some gross grease stain or something nasty on your paper.
Yep, some
and so
salsa.
I've been, this is where I am right now. This is the phase where I am right now. I'm like, check the counter before you put your paperwork down. Do you remember teaching your son that, or does he have like a grease stained paper in his life every day? Those boys are nasty in college.
No, I wouldn't have taught. I mean, I would be still the one asking. I have emails saying you should have these forms for senior stuff. He doesn't bring me anything, so
Got it.
It's all my fault.
The joy of teenagers.
Backpack somewhere.
Yep, that is
Tell them my backpack.
Just don't
Listen,
care,
How
man.
does
the
the
show.
zipper work? Like, how do I open it?
Well, as long as he knows how to tie his shoes, right?
He probably wears Velcro.
I guess we
You
didn't
can
do
slip. No, Crocs are in right now, and you don't even need to tie them. So he probably wears
Or
Crocs.
again, like I wear ons.
Yeah, you don't need to tie them.
You mean on clouds? You mean OCs, not ONs?
I don't know. That's called
No, they're
ons.
called on.
Yeah,
Are
but
they
they're
called on?
Yeah.
That's what's his name, Federer's.
But isn't the full
Swiss.
brand on cloud?
That's
Look.
a great dumb
Uncle Ed.
question.
Look at your
Amnesty.
logo.
Let me look.
I'm glad.
That is an OC, not an
On
ON.
cloud.
I don't know. They're called ons. All I
On
know.
cloud shoes.
On
But
cloud,
some
like
aren't
Roger
clouds.
Federer, right?
Some aren't clouds.
Say it again?
Some are not clouds. Some
What are they?
No, I think they all are clouds, but they
Yeah,
have
Because there's those
different
hiking ones and that.
But yours, I think, are cloud. On women's cloud.
Yeah, it's
On
an
cloud.
OC, not an ON.
They're called on. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
Rula. They're
I had
called
no idea.
ons.
I
I wanted
always
to
called
ask
them
you
the
my
full
dumb
name.
question, Amnesty, real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was driving in a vehicle behind me. They only had one headlight. So growing up, we always called it padiddle.
Padiddle.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah. My dad taught me that.
Yes,
Like
it
how
must
do
be.
you Northeast?
It has to be. Oh, so you wouldn't know this answer.
Okay, go
Why
ahead.
is it called padiddle?
Oh, I don't know that now.
Diddle.
Diddle.
It's just what your dad
Padiddle.
said. Hey, Kevin, that's a padiddle.
That's a
Okay,
padiddle. and then
Dad.
you hit the roof.
Oh, yeah, that is
What?
true. Yeah, if you're a real
Mumbles, you ever hear this?
padiddler, then
Yes.
you hit,
Okay,
did you
here
ever,
it
okay,
is.
let me ask you this: did you ever hit the roof going through a yellow light?
Yellow
I
light,
did
and
that.
then you don't get a car. And then
the
when you
roof.
go over the railroad tracks, you pick your feet up. Woo!
Okay,
Yes,
didn't
I
you
did
ever
that
hear
too.
that?
I did that one too.
What kind of drugs
Here's
you guys
padiddle,
smoking?
Sam. And by the way,
Welcome.
a padiddle is spelled a P-A-diddle.
Oh, padiddle.
D-I-D-D-L-E.
Okay.
And it says it's alternatively spelled this other way. It's a Canadian and American slang term for a vehicle with a burnt out headlight or brake light, or a game involving tallying up sightings of such vehicles. The term Popeye is also used due to it looking like one eye is out or squinting. Popeye.
That's one thing I've never heard of.
Yeah,
neither.
padiddle.
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 I didn't know that was a thing.
And then he hit the ceiling.
I just said
I've
what
heard like
headlight.
slug bugs.
What's
What are
that?
Oh, it's the
Bugs.
same. It's the same thing. It's the same concept, I believe. Is if everyone's in the car and someone says padiddle, you
hit 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hit-
Like those
someone
like
gets
like little beetles.
Oh, punch buggies.
Yeah, you
punch buggy,
slug bug.
blue.
Punch buggy.
Punch buggy.
You got to
yellow.
say the color or you can't punch them. Mm-hmm. Yep. I used to have
Just
so
don't hit the
many
driver.
arms.
Rula,
Like,
didn't you play
loose.
that with like you got a lot of brothers and sisters. I'm
Punch
sure
buggy, my kids do that with my niece.
Okay, but-
we never did the punching you if you saw like.
You ever do a Hertz
yeah.
donut?
No, it's not.
What's that?
You want a Hertz
Hertz
donut?
donut.
Hertz donut? Come on, those are fun kid games.
They say there is a YouTube channel about the dad things. I think we talked about them years ago. There's a YouTube channel for simple things that dad teaches you how to do that. So we're gonna get wrapped up.
Okay,
now.
we'll try that.